Hey y'all, it's your girl Booney, and you're listening to the Booney Breakdown Podcast, your source for all things responsible and ratchet. All right, so welcome to this week's episode. We have a great guest on this week's episode. We are pleased to have on Brownie Marie, who is the creator and founder of Fox Hunters Club. Fox Hunters Club is the first dating app that targets millennial women who are seeking committed relationships with older men in Gen X or baby boomers, all right? We have an amazing conversation around why she decided to start the app, the need that she's addressing with the app, and all of her process about, how do they vet the people on the app, how to deal with dating fatigue, some tips about maximizing your potential on online dating apps, and why, if you're looking for a sugar daddy, this is not the app for you. So you want to stick around for that great conversation. All right. This week we're dragging. It's a drag of the week this week. We and a few of us in our Patreon Discord we're just finished watching season 9 of Selling Sunset. Now, I love good mess. I've enjoyed Selling Sunset over the years, but what I did not enjoy this season was the blatant racism and microaggressions that were that were all targeted to the one black person on the show, Chelsea. And it's funny, I never was a big Chelsea fan, but I did not dislike Chelsea. Like, I didn't like Nicole. I don't like Brie. But I'm dragging Mary. I'm dragging Jason. I'm dragging Brie. I can, and spoiler, this is a spoiler alert if you haven't watched it. But I cannot believe Mary carried on about them damn flowers in the way that she did. Like, it's given, are you mentally well? The woman can't be well because this was a stretch. And to watch Mary and Brie form this Voltron around their hate, and it's just not a hate of Chelsea. Like, they really took it to a very dangerous place where they're villainizing her. They're weaponized white women's tears against her. And it just was not fun to watch. It was infuriating at times. And they really took a small gesture that Chelsea did and really made it something dark and malicious, which it was not. I think it's one thing to be like, I don't fuck with the girl. She sent me flowers. That was sweet, but I still don't fuck with her. That was fine to say too. But to turn it into what they did, like, you saw her name and it made you cry because you felt she's so aggressive and dangerous that the thought of her, seeing her name even coming, like, come on now. I don't know that on the reunion they're going to address that. It appears that they've already filmed the reunion, and I don't think the reunion host Tan I don't know if he's equipped to deal with that. But I hope that Mary and all of them, they're all in Mary's comments dragging her for being the ultimate of Karens and just weaponizing dangerous rhetoric about Black women and all the microaggressions and just flat out racist shit that they were doing to Chelsea. Not cool. Booney's drag of the week. So just for good measure, it's fuck Mary, it's fuck Jason, and it's fuck Brie. Because what did Mary do? She ran straight to Jason, and now Jason wanted to stand up for her. Nah, fuck that shit. So if you haven't watched Selling Sunset Season 9, let me know. The reunion is November 5th. So Patreon Discord gang, we will be having a conversation in Discord about that reunion.
Housekeeping. Come back later, please. Housekeeping? Not now.
All right. So housekeeping. I want to thank everyone who listened to episode 275, Trick or Treat and Trying to Stay Alive. Trying to stay alive with our homie Sheikah. I thought we really tapped on something with this episode because the amount of comments I got about people who were saying that as a millennial, D'Angelo and or DMX were your sexual awakening and knew that you were straight moment was phenomenal. So, yeah, I think we tapped into something on that one. So thank you for everyone who listened. If you haven't, oh, and also shout out to everyone who understood my pain about growing up Christian and not celebrating Halloween and having to do the harvest. So shout out to everybody who acknowledged our trauma there. All right, Booney Live, New Orleans. It's the last Booney Live show of the year. We're in New Orleans at the Always Lounge and Cabaret down on, in New Orleans. I think it's in New Orleans proper. We have a great lineup. I want to thank our sponsor, One Condoms. And because of their generosity, we're able to lower the cost of the tickets for people with the economic uncertainty right now. And especially for my fellow furloughed federal workers, I am offering free tickets for anyone who is essential not getting paid, accepted not getting paid, and who is furloughed not getting paid. So if you're in, around, close on a road trip to New Orleans, for the live show, shoot me an email, thebooniebreakdown@gmail.com. We'll get you a free ticket. You can just shoot me a DM too if that's easier. Also, you just heard me talking about Patreon in the Discord and you want to be a part of it, you can do that. $6 a month. You can hop in and join our Patreon gang. We have a great time. It's great camaraderie. A great, I'll say, sisterhood in there. So you can head on over to patreon.com/The Booney Breakdown. Oh yeah, if you want to get your tickets, if you are buying a ticket, to the live show, we have lowered the price. I think right now, my sponsor's allowing me to run a 2-for-1 right now. So if you head on over to thebooniebreakdown.com, just go to thebooniebreakdown.com. You can sign up for Patreon. You can sign up for merch. You can get live show tickets all over at the website. And again, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you for listening. And I hope that you can drop us 5 stars in Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Additionally, I hope that you would feel inclined to follow us on social media. You can please do so at The Booney Breakdown on Threads, on Instagram, on Facebook. We're on TikTok at This Is Booney over on TikTok, all right? So that's it for me. So let's get ready to break it on down. All right, guys, I'm excited for this episode. I got the touch point. She's a publicist, y'all know. But I got the reach out and the inquiry, and we have Brownie on the podcast. Welcome to the Booney Breakdown.
Hey, girl. Hey, thank you for having me.
I'm excited about this. I saw the request and I said, this one is interesting. It's, dating. I got lots to say about dating. But as you heard in her bio, Brownie is the creator of the Fox Hunters Club. And so I just have to start out immediately. What was your inspiration and why did you feel compelled to create this dating app in this niche?
Yes. So this comes out of my experience on apps and what I could not find when I was
Okay.
on dating apps. So the concept of Fox Hunters Club is millennial women seeking serious relationships with Gen X or older men. And you would think like, okay, that's, like a normal age gap thing. That's not, unusual in society. But surprisingly, when I was looking for an age gap dating site, all I could find were sugar baby sites. It's like, huh. So if I'm talking non-transactional, if I'm not talking about sugar daddy or being kept or all of these things, I just prefer older men. What are my options? And I couldn't find anything. So I said, wow, I can't be the only one. There's plenty of cougar apps. On the flip side, there's a bunch of cougar apps. I was like, this just can't be. So as I started looking into it, researching, I was already working in the startup space. So I already had that kind of entrepreneurial spirit and trying to figure things out. And it was COVID, so I had time. And I decided to do it myself.
I love that. So now we got to backtrack. Why do you prefer older men?
Oof. It is night and day for me. And this goes
Really?
back, since I started dating, that's always been my preference.
Okay.
And when I say older, there's these stigmas around that I'm constantly coming up against. People get like that Anna Nicole vision, RIP to Anna Nicole. But when I say older, he doesn't have to be 90. He doesn't have to be in a wheelchair. He doesn't have to be in a diaper. Like all of these negative connotations that we have around like the elder thing, which is a whole nother
Yeah.
subject about what people assume happens when you get older, which is changing with the baby boomers that we have. But I was respected. I was catered to. I was courted. And a quick example is a man saying, "Can I get your number?" instead of "Can I get your Instagram?" Or a man
That do
saying, "I
drive
would
me
like to
crazy
take
though.
you to dinner on Friday. Are you available?" instead of, "Yo, what's up? What's up? Yeah, what you up to?" It's like, dude, like, plan a date. I mean,
You
some effort. The
like a
laziness.
man with
I
a
was so tired
plan.
of that.
You like a man with a plan. I
I
get
mean,
it.
come on. I mean,
Yes.
come on. Are you interested or not? It's so lazy. And going back to even when I was younger, like before social media was even out, it was just, okay, you're immature. The men my age were just goofy and it wasn't attractive. And so I just related to folks older than me.
Okay. So I love it. So like, how can you mind asking how old you are?
I'm a millennial. I put it like that. An older millennial, let's say.
Okay, I'm an older millennial too. I too typically date older. Now, I don't date younger. I date older. And for some of the reasons that you already mentioned, right? There is a different level of intentionality. There is more action oriented requests. It's not all the burden on me to move things forward, and so for that I can agree. um so I have a question for your those who may be interested. You piqued their curiosity now. A dating app for millennial women looking for older men. How do you vet the men, or is it just like I'm signing up? Like, how do you do that process?
Great question. So there isn't a screen out, meaning there
Okay.
are some younger guys on there. It's not like a hard cutoff. You have to at least be 18, obviously. But I'm not deleting or removing folks that aren't a Gen X male, for example. And I have some older women on there as well. So probably a good
Okay.
amount of Gen X and baby boomer women on the site as well. So I'm not screening in that way. I'm kind of seeing what's coming in organically to kind
Okay.
of inform my marketing, inform how I expand, maybe different kind of features that I'll roll out, etc. But the things that I'm blocking, prohibiting is really on the sugar baby, sugar daddy side. So even though I say straight up, like all of the marketing has been around, this is not a sugar baby site. Like not for sugar babies was on the flyer and on the advertisements. And yet I'll have people like, I want to be spoiled. Pay me, looking for pay pigs, block, delete, report, all of the above. And I encourage my users to do the same. So on that side, there is a really hard line. But other than that, I'm not really prohibiting other folks from signing up.
Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned, like, the sugar baby stigma that, right, like, younger women would only be interested in older men for the money. I mean, it could be a nice added perk for some people, but, I just think it's interesting that that is the immediate thought process
It
with
is, and it
this
says a
dynamic.
lot, right? It says a lot.
Yeah.
I had one person, I was doing an event this spring, and someone commented on the Instagram saying, well, what's the point of dating an older man if he's not rich or something like that? I was like, do you think that men just get like a pot of money when they reach a certain age? Like most people aren't rich. And again, when I say older, I don't mean he has to be 80 years old. So maybe you would say, okay, if he's like super elderly and I'm not attracted and all of this, then maybe I consider. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about
Yeah.
someone who is mature, confident, knows what they want, has been through some things, knows what women want. I I cannot really express the night and day difference from a man, let's say 35 versus 45. It is like night and day. And I came across a study, and of course, it's like self affirming, but it's like women fully mature. This is like a UK study from some years ago by Nickelodeon UK. Women fully mature, the age was like 32. For men, it was like 42. And I was like, of course. Yes.
Well, that's like Ari
Yes.
Lennox. She says, "Don't date these niggas till they 42."
43 was always my age. 43 was like the magic number for me. But
So
yeah, and it makes sense. It adds up.
So do you have a limit? Like what's the oldest you would date? Or are you dating?
I'm engaged, so I'm off the market.
Okay,
My
congrats.
fiance, thank you. My fiance is Gen X. Case in point. The largest gap that I did was I want to say like a 30-year difference. Like I was in my 20s and he was in his
Okay.
50s. So, I mean, 30 years sounds extreme, but like really not.
Well, so
Really for me.
the thing about dating older men that I've always run into is like we can't talk in calendar years, right? Like I think the oldest I've
Right.
done is 10 years. And they'd be like, "Oh, in 1998 I was working this job." And I'm like, "Yeah, I was in the 8th grade." So it's like don't talk in years cuz it kind of exasperates the age difference. But yeah, no. I think I don't think I've dated a baby boomer.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I dated
The
a baby.
boomers now they'd be like 60 and up.
Yeah, no, I haven't dated a baby
Would be
boomer.
like,
But yeah, I've dated Gen X for sure.
there you
Yeah,
go. So
for sure,
really
for sure.
that's the gap that I'm like honing in on is millennial woman and Gen X man. Like that to me is just chef's kiss, perfect combo. And so many of my millennial women, my friends, family members, myself, before I got engaged, I just got engaged last year. So I'd still very vividly remember what the horrible dating scene was like out there. And my women are struggling to settle down, to find some. I struggled. And it's like, okay, Lord, I'm coming to you, Lord. Is this going to happen or not? Like,
Yeah.
prayed and cried. Like, come on. And, a lot of my women, they want to get married. They want to have kids, all of these things. And the stories are ridiculous from men their own age. Ridiculous. Like you would think
Yeah,
they're making it up. The goofiness. Go a little bit older.
that's your
Someone who
charge.
will say out loud, I don't really want to get married. I've been married before. I don't want to get married again. Men will say that. It's not that game of let me pretend I like her, let me pretend so that I can get what I.
Yep.
No, a certain mature, confident man will reach a point like, I really don't ever want to get married again. Or they've never been married, like, yeah, I don't see myself getting married. And I already have kids. And like they will say that flat. And it's not the game playing. I would say that's the number one difference that I see as far as men my own age growing up versus older men is the honesty. Now you're always gonna find like a dog, a bad apple,
Always. Yeah, always.
people are who
Yeah.
they are. And let's keep that in mind, ladies. Like that, oh, he'll change. No, no, they are who they are. They are who they
Don't.
are. So
Especially
a dog is a dog.
somebody who's late 40s, early 50s. The likelihood of them changing,
Exactly.
don't fall for it.
Exactly.
Um,
But they get to a point where it's like, I'm not afraid to say what I want. I'm not afraid to say I'm not interested, to be honest, etc. And it takes them a little longer than it might take a woman, unfortunately.
so for people, okay, I want to talk about your app a little bit more. So is it a paid app? Is it a subscription service? And give them the website where they can check it out while they're listening.
Awesome. It is a freemium app. So you can sign up, you can match, you can chat, all of that for free. If you
Okay.
want additional features, then I have different payment scales. So there's different features like being able to hide your location so people don't want to put their age right up front, etc. Things like that are available to paid members, but you can still have a great experience for free. And it's foxhuntersclub.com, hunters with an S.
Look, go ahead and check it out, because I know
Check
y'all
it out.
listening and you're like, "I'm intrigued, I wanna know more." And this is only in the States right now, or are you international, or is it just certain cities, or is it nationwide?
Perfect question, because oh my gosh, I get more signups from areas we haven't launched in than I have in the areas we've launched. So we've launched in New York City, greater New York
Mhm.
City area, throughout Jersey, and the greater Philly area. We just had our launch party and all of that last month. And coming up next, I have not revealed this.
Oh,
You're
we
the
getting
first to
exclusive.
hear. Super exclusive. DMV is up next.
Oh, come on now, here we
DMV
go.
is up next. I
Here
kinda
we go.
teased that, um, when I was launching last year about what my plan could be, and then I had folks in New England states like, "Don't forget about us," because I did forget about going that way. But the decision is made, DMV is up next.
There you go, with a heavy I'm in Baltimore, so, a
Yep.
heavy influence on the podcast. Also, shout out to Philly because I went to Temple, so shout out to Philly.
Oh, nice.
So, with, like, women in particular, maybe men as
Oh, my
well, but,
earphones.
you
Oh.
know, I speak for women. What about people who have dating fatigue? Like, what would your advice be to them, especially people who are sick of the apps or like, "I'm just done, I can't do another app." Like, what would be your appeal to them to just give your app a try?
I agree it is exhausting. It's exhausting, and I encourage folks, whether it's my app or another, hone in on the niche apps, please, because just that
Mm.
huge pond is just swipe, swipe, swipe. It's the swiping fatigue, as it's called, and
Yeah,
then the ghosting, and then all of the and it's exhausting, and it becomes like another job.
it
If you
is.
can narrow as much as possible up front, if you already know what you want, there's, like, pretty much a niche site for everything now. I would recommend trying that out. And then if you're on an app and you get someone that you're clicking with, you're, like, chatting a lot on the app, you, like, got good chemistry going, you exchange numbers, just get off the app. Like, literally give it a pause and concentrate on that person and see if that could be a reason for you to delete the app. Maybe that person will be the person.
Ah,
But
now
I would say don't spread yourself too thin.
that's advice I have not heard, right? Like, a lot of people will tell you 'cause I thought that was interesting, you said, "Get off the app and spend a little time with this one person." Usually people tell you, "No, you know, have a roster, date multiple people, keep engaging." Why do you find that to be a good tip? Like, to take a pause on one person?
I think they can tell in their spirit. Maybe just as women we can. Maybe men aren't that in tune. But I can say even just for myself, if my concentration, my energy, my thoughts, my focus are being spread around, you're not getting the best of me. I'll put it that way. And people like to keep their options open. It's part of the reason why so many folks are single, quite frankly. There's just so many options. It's like, whoop, on to the next one. And the next one is like a bus coming, like every 15 minutes type of thing. If someone is quality and worth that pause, give them that pause. Because we can go back to the same argument. When you want to go right back on the app, it's going to be 100 people there waiting for you. I feel like giving someone that attention is important if you're ready for that. If you're ready. So another thing about my app, it is not for hookups. That's
I was about
another
to that was
thing
a
about
question. That was gonna be one of my questions. Could this be a Tinder replace?
exactly. 'Cause that's another kind of thing that I'm trying to really emphasize. So it's not just the age gap component. It's the not sugar baby, the no financial component. And it's also, this isn't for hookups. It's not if you just want a friend, if you're in a new city. I was on certain apps and they're like, oh, just want to hang out, find someone to hang out. Like, what? You can just leave the house and go to a bar and find people in real time to hang. Like, you're spending hours on an app every day just to find someone to text with? Like, no, I'm looking for my person. It's really, really a shame the way that things are going. I do feel like we're going to circle back. We've already seen some trends with Gen Z being tired of apps and they're actually
Yeah.
going for older men. So watch out, millennial women, because the Gen
Now we
Z
got more
women,
competition.
indeed, and they're saying the same things. There's a lot of studies coming out about Gen Z and what they're looking for. And it's the same thing that we're talking about. It's about quality.
Okay. So, we talked about the dating fatigue. You went right into my question because I was gonna say it's cuffing season. And what if somebody just want a little silver fox to little stay warm this winter? But your app is not designed for that. You're trying to do more quality, intentional connections. Got it. Oh,
Quality. I don't like the hookup culture, and I think that if you're someone who does actually want a relationship, it's just another form of settling,
okay.
really.
And, I'm assuming, and you clarify, it's fox because that's what we call older gentlemen, a silver fox, a fox. Got it.
Exactly.
So we're fox hunters. I think
Exactly, and I
I
really did approach it like hunting when I was on the dating scene. Like, one of my girls would call me the sniper because 'cause we'd go out, and I literally be like, "Okay, him," and, like, set him up, knock him down, get the numbers, like, whole 9, on a mission.
That's a good practice. Would you do that, like, every time, or was it just like, "We're in this space, I look cute, tonight's the night I'm going hunting," or would you try to do that every time you went out?
If it was a particular event with a different purpose, then maybe, I'm not necessarily hunting. But when I was single, I pretty much was like, if there's an attractive man in the room without a ring on, I'm gonna size it up and see what's going on there. Because I was serious about settling down, like on a mission.
Gotcha. Now, I'm gonna lean into this because this is all the rage, and we're hearing more about, and I don't know if I can't say it's a millennial thing. I don't really think Gen X, but like AI and the role that AI can eventually like change the dating space and dating apps. You mentioned Gen Z, right? And so just any thoughts around that? Because I'm like, I always am reading these. I'm just so intrigued by how people are connecting with AI. And so when I'm hearing stories of people who are like, I'm married, but cheating on my partner with AI, or I'm dating a virtual reality like, I just watched this video on Instagram where a man was wearing a headset and was, like, cooking dinner with his imaginary girlfriend. So it's like, how do real women like, yeah, any thoughts around how AI may infiltrate this dating space or how women interact with men?
It's like I laugh to keep from crying because I think that's so sad. I think that's so
It
sad, and I just
is.
did a really deep dive interview, with Authority Mag all about AI and how it's affecting the dating app industry, and really it's a great thing in some areas, like, I can see it relieving, like, customer support, staffing issues, or if people have questions, like, I'm not sure how to respond to someone's chat, what's the best give
Yeah.
them maybe some prompts or some suggestions. I'm all about that because some folks do need help, and that's free help from, like, an AI dating coach type of thing, which I like these things. But when it's trying to replace, like, companionship, and when you're talking to AI more than a real person, it's like, "Man, this is sad." It's sad,
Yeah, it
and
is.
we're already so disconnected and just chronically online in a lot of cases. People are talking about, men don't approach you in public anymore. It's like a Gen Z gripe that they don't get approached.
Well, that's a millennial gripe for me. What I hate is when I go out and, because of the podcast, like, a lot of people follow me that I may not follow back, but I'll go out and I'll see somebody, and then I come home and I get a DM like, "Oh, you look good tonight," and I'm like, "But
Mm.
I was there in person, and there was nothing." But you wait until we're home away to communicate through the device. It's disheartening.
Like, how interested are you really? How
Yeah,
interested are you? Because if you were really interested, you wouldn't have let that opportunity pass you by to get
yeah,
that FaceTime and feel some chemistry and maybe, "Hey, let's get out
exactly.
of here." Oh my gosh, I went to one event, this is, of course, when I was single, this is years ago. Went to an event, mixing, mingling, got numbers, what case, guys talking to me, and then one guy was just, he's like, "Let's get out of here." I was like, "What are you thinking?" He was like, "You smoke cigars?" I was like, "I do." He's like, "Let's go down to the cigar club." I was like, "Alright." Like, you know what I mean? And, like, snatched me out of the situation with all these other guys, like, mixing, mingling, it was like a one-on-one time.
Like
And
it.
we dated for a minute, and that's what I and this is an older guy, he was, like, in his 50s. It's like, "That's what you need. That's what I'm looking
Take
for."
charge.
Aw.
Love
Meanwhile,
it.
some other guys, they got my number, and I see them, like, going around just collecting numbers. I'm like, "Okay, I respect the game, nothing wrong with that." And they were, like,
Yeah,
texting later, and, like, we met up, but that guy ended up dating him.
love it, love it. So in terms of the app too, just, like, how do you think, um how do you think well, let me back it up. For your app, have you had any feedback from users, positive, negative, or anything that was just, like, really unique yet? Because I think, for a lot of people, they're just really used to the Bumbles and the Tinders and Hinges of the world, and so a lot of like, myself included, I've been on the Bumble and Hinge, um, but I've never tried a niche app, and so, like, what's some feedback that you've got that may entice someone to download Fox Hunters Club?
So some feedback that I've received that folks have been surprised that the men, for the most part, there's some youngins on there, but for the most part, it's as described, and that they're not
Mm.
sending inappropriate pictures, which of course I'm not having that, block,
Oh.
report, ban. They're not saying, well, come over tonight, like, all of that. And the people who I've had to ban and block have been the women so far on like some sugar.
Really?
Yes, how disappointing. Hasn't been that many. I can count on one hand, but it's been the women. It's been no men so
Like,
far.
what have they done to get blocked?
Like soliciting,
Oh,
like on some escort, you
okay.
know. This is not the app for that. Sex work is work. This is not the app for
Yes.
that.
Okay.
So those I've had to, and then one person was trying to sell like her travel agency services or something. I said, mm-mm, no, that's prohibited as well. But the men, even just myself, just kind of going through the profiles on the back end, I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking for my person. I'm looking for that serious, real thing. These are older guys, 40s, 50s on up, looking for
And
something
so
they've never had.
so the Fox Hunters Club aesthetic is giving soft life, city
Mm,
girl,
yes.
lover girl. Okay. I'm tracking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and it's if it's natural for you, because like the feminine, masculine thing, is so you have to be like PC and whatnot about like gender roles and things like that. If it's natural for you to be that divine feminine, yes, go into it. Don't fight it. Embrace it. How much more comfortable is life when you embrace who you
Yeah.
are and what you want, and you have a partner embracing who they are and giving you what you want, and you do the same for them. Like, come on, like this is what it's about. This is love. This is love, and
Yeah.
everything else like is fun while it lasts. But are you going to do that long term? Are you going to do that forever? We have like this hustler culture now and the get the bag culture and the like, well, girl, use him up and have him fly you out and go through his
Very transactional.
It's corny. It's corny. It's transactional. It's weak. And it's like, it's a hustle. Okay. You got a side hustle. How long does that last? Like, what's your plan here? What's your plan? You're going to be like hustling and doing these things forever and like scamming folks and getting flued out. And like, that's fun until it's not.
Until it's
Until
not.
it's not. Then what?
Oh, oh, yeah, I'm just like, I think that's the space I'm in. I'm just ready for the intentionality there, and, yeah, I'm like, when you come to the DMV, maybe I'm to download the app.
And
What
we're
is
gonna have some type of launch event. We're gonna do probably maybe some pop-ups in the meantime. You'll be the first to know. You'll be the
Let me
first to
know.
know.
I'm there. What is one I know you haven't been on the apps because you engaged, but what's one dating app red flag that just gives you the ick?
Ooh, there's so many. Gosh. So a lot of folks don't know what type of pictures to upload. And I feel like the default for men is having like holding the baby. And then they have to say like, oh, this is my nephew or this is okay. I feel like they're trying to tap into, okay, he likes kids, he wants kids, he's good with kids, and to me, it just comes off very fake. Anything not authentic, I'm like, oh, this is
Mhm.
gross. And why do you have pictures of kids on the internet and on social media? That whole thing's like just a weird thing for me in particular. I blur their face out or something. But that's something that's like, ugh, come on. Like so
When you
stereotypical. We get
uh,
it.
yeah,
Babies don't cry when you hold them. Like, all right,
when
good for
you're
you.
talking about picture icks, for me, it was always, why are there group photos on your dating profile? Like, it should just be solo shots.
I'm not are the
Like,
people around them unattractive and they think they look better?
well, that's the thing, because sometimes there's somebody else in the picture that's cuter than you.
It was usually the case, isn't it? Usually the case. You're like,
It's
what
like,
about that other one? Second from the
why would you
left.
set yourself up? Just do solo shots.
I see a lot of women doing that. I see women with
Really?
like I guess their bestie or something. Like, girl, you might not want to do that side-by-side comparison.
Yeah, don't do that. I never understood why people put other people in their dating profile pictures. Doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, I just I like the looking at me raising my hand. I do like the I do I'm feeling the niche here. I guess because I like older men. I'm shocked, and I'm not well, I'm shocked and I'm not shocked that the um, stigma around sugar babies runs that dynamic. W because you get it so much, would you do a second app for sugar babies, or are you just focusing on building out this one app right now?
Well, it exists, right? Like sugar baby apps exist already. So that
But
was
is there
something
one
that
for Black
attracted.
people? Because I feel like they're so
Now
I don't know.
that's a good question. That I don't think I've seen
Yeah, I don't know.
specifically for Blacks.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a market, but I was just curious.
I wouldn't rule it out, but oh my gosh, this is so much work that I've already said I wasn't going to do another app. But how life
You get
works. Who
you get the
knows? But
bug, and then you're gonna keep
I
going.
know, I know, right? But yeah, it's not on my plan for now. Not on the
Okay.
roadmap for now.
So if you were still single and you had to create a bio for your dating profile on Fox Hunters Club, what would you say?
Um, I this is kind of what I used to say when I was on apps. Like I am a honest, confident, intelligent, fun woman looking for the same. Like that was kind of like my tagline. This is who I am and I want this from you. Cuz that's kind of something that really resonated with me that I heard like along the way. Is that folks have this like laundry list of what they're looking for and it's like, okay, and what can you bring to the table? Like would you say these own qualities about yourself?
Mm.
And yeah, I can. I'm a great partner and I would like a good partner type of thing. So that kind of was my go-to. I didn't really share personal info and then I would take it to the chat and when I got comfortable, I would take it offline with the phone call. And I wanted to clarify that my app is not just for Blacks. It's not the
Yeah.
target is like Black millennials and Black Gen X. Mostly it's mostly white, frankly, on my app. Um but that's something that has come up before about having, an app specifically for Black folks, so I wouldn't completely rule it out. Here we go again, now I'm thinking about it.
See? It's the iterations are gonna come.
Mhm.
But I'm also not shocked that it's primarily white. I know this is a mass generalization, but I do feel like uh I don't want to say better success, but I do feel like the dating environment, when I hear stories from white women my age, they have a completely different experience than now some it mirrors, but in totality, a lot of them have a completely different dating experience.
I've thought about that a lot, and I look at my female friends, and it is very different, and it's a
Mhm.
different I again, not to, like, overgeneralize, folks have different experiences, of course, but there are some differences that we can call out. I'll be more
Yeah.
specific. A lot of my white friends got married a long time ago. Long time. Like, we're the same age. Got married like right out of college, basically.
Mhm.
And the expectation was for their guys that you would get married after college. You go to college, you get a
Get a
job,
job.
get to a certain couple years, however long it take to kind of get to a good point, and you get married. And you've been with this woman since college or, maybe a little bit after or something like that. But then there's that expectation.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily see that as much with Black folks. And it's more of, take your time, you'll always have plenty of time. And it's that message of there's no need to rush into it. And you're in your
Rush.
30s, you're still young type of thing. And it's like, yeah, you are and you aren't. And my girls are freezing their eggs. They're freezing their eggs at this point. So it's something to really consider as I kind of talk about the app more. When I consider the audience, I'm speaking to white audiences And some things don't resonate the same way as they do with Black audiences. And sometimes I can kind of see them like, no, not really me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like I know. Yeah, I think I'm trying to find the word I'm looking for, but I do think in certain communities the message is drilled home more. I think the value was seen a bit more, especially
Mm.
by the men. And so that's the results they get, right? Like I've seen coworkers beat white women be engaged, call off the wedding, and then in 6 months they back with somebody else, and a year and a half later now they married to somebody else. And I'm just like, how? How, sis? How? But I think it's because to some degree the men value marriage and see the value in it a little bit more.
I have
That
a
could be a
former
controversial
coworker,
take for
same
some people,
experience.
but
Well, I mean, we're talking about our experiences and what we've seen and what we've noticed, right? I had a
yeah.
coworker with almost a mirror experience of what you just described. And so something that you said really resonated about them valuing marriage. And I think that, and I've heard this out loud, that to get a certain promotion in my company, they expect me to be married. They look at me, this is white men talking.
Mhm.
They look at me funny if I'm not married. They think, I'm gonna leave, or they think that, I'm not family. I'm not gonna like stay with them, not loyal. It
You're
kind
not
of speaks to their,
stable. Yeah. Mhm.
like, it speaks to their character or something if they're not married at a certain point. It's an expectation. So white men have said this out loud to me. I don't know if I've really heard a Black man say that to me. I think that the family pressure is different. Where again,
Mhm.
expectation, when you're gonna get married, when you're gonna settle down. Now, some cultures, maybe more like some Caribbean cultures, maybe some African cultures, we can talk about those differences as well, where it's still that when you're gonna get married, find you a
Very
good girl,
yeah.
give me some grandbabies type of thing. Um, but I do think that independent, don't need someone is hammered home in certain communities more than others. And I don't think we're kind of changing a bit. The Gen Zs are very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. They're really pushing up against a lot of the norms, but I don't think as time goes on, we'll see like so much of that. As this like soft life trend, the trad wife trend, all of these things, I think that we're going to kind of pull away from that idea and get more back to core family, if that's important to you, and
Yeah.
having that partner, life partner, husband.
Yeah, for sure. And, I just think, like, before we, like, wrap up, like, what is your hot take to people who say, "I don't need dating apps," and why would you tell them to give it a try?
I would agree. You don't need a dating app. And even when I was on apps, I was very much going out, networking, hitting up bars, traveling, etc., with the purpose, being intentional. Like, I'm looking for a partner. I'm not just going to hang out. I'm actually like hunting, right? So I would agree that you don't need an app. The benefit for apps for me is additional options if I'm not getting it in the real world. So it was like a supplement, I would say. And I think it may be more healthy to think of it that way. Instead of I'm only just I'm gonna go to work, come home and spend all night on apps swiping and chatting. No, go out into the real world. As we get into winter and maybe you're not out as much, that's a good time to use an app. Or if you're going out and it's not clicking, you're not seeing folks to your liking, you can supplement it by getting folks in the app because you're also getting folks outside of your area. Really,
Yeah.
that's another thing that I really was open-minded about is, am I willing to move? Yes. So I'm willing to kind of match with someone that maybe is outside of my area, maybe driving distance or even not. I was talking to some guy like in Texas when I was up in, like North Jersey and New York. Cause like, yeah, I was willing to move. So I think that's what apps are good for. So I think having an attitude of, oh, I don't need that. Great, perfect, good for you. Cheers. Cheers. Cause you're in a good situation if you have enough, good options, viable options in the real world.
Awesome. Well, we're at the parts where we do the breakdown. I'm going to say one word. You say the first thing that comes to mind. It could be another word, a sound, a phrase, whatever. All right. The first
Okay.
one is always Black women.
Thinking.
Money.
Need.
AI.
Questionable.
Millennials.
Love.
Philly.
Cheesesteak. That was easy. First thing that came to mind.
Consistency.
Quality.
Love.
Fiance.
And last one, Silver Fox.
My baby. My fiance, Silver Fox. Salt and pepper.
Oh, I love a salt and
Yeah.
pepper. Love a salt and pepper. All right, Brownie, if you could tell everyone where they can find the app, where they can follow you on social media, just plug anything you want to plug.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. This has been so much fun.
Of course.
Fox Hunters Club is on Google Play Store for Android folks and the App Store for iOS folks. Download. It is free. If it's not for you, if you're already taken, tell a friend. I guarantee you know someone who is interested in this. I guarantee it. We are launched live, New York, Jersey, Philly. If you're elsewhere, send me an email, info@foxhuntersclub.com, or DM me. It's Fox Hunters Club on all of the social sites. And let me know where you are, because that's really informing also what's going to be the next spot where I'm getting folks reaching out to me for. So stay tuned. And we do a lot of live events, good amount of in-person events. So that's something else to look out for.
Perfect. Well, look, when you do your event in this area, let me know. I'll host.
Sure. Oh, that'd be dope.
Yeah. So just let me know. Well, thanks for hopping on. This was great. Everyone, all the links will be in the show notes and on thebooneybreakdown.com. And you're going to have to let me know, guys, if you're in the tri-state area up there in Philly, let me know. Let me know about the app and give me some feedback. So thanks again, Brownie.
Thank you.
All right, that is it for this week's episode. I want to thank Brownie Marie for being a great guest on the podcast. I just want to remind you all of the information is in the show notes on thebooneybreakdown.com. Be sure to support the app if you're in the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area. Remember, DMV, it's coming soon for those of us here. And I would love to hear if any of you tried it and had some success. I would love to report that back out on the podcast. All right. And if you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to listen and subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, YouTube, or any apps that you listen to your favorites on. Don't forget to leave us those 5-star reviews. You might just hear your review on a future episode. Follow us on all social media. Share the episode with those you love, those you don't love, those you fucking hate. I don't make these goddamn reels for nothing, okay? Have a dope-ass week. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay sane. And thank you for listening. And remember, the ratchet in me always honors the ratchet in you. Namaste. Until next time.